I'm Mike Trujillo. I am a graphic designer, animator, and I am the co-host of the Other Half podcast with my good friend
Ethan. Hawks is my last name.
No relation?
No relation.
He changed it because he likes him so much.
And that's not true. I work as a content creator for a startup, and on the side, I also co-host this podcast. So our podcast is what we do is we watch one half each of the same movie. So I would watch the first half, Mike over here would watch the second half of the same movie, and we try to read the plot to each other and dissect kind of where certain areas are missing and things like that, and try to make one complete movie, basically.
A lot of the fun comes in with like the person who watched the last half trying to understand like what the movie's about, and then I think the other thing too is trying to analyze what the film might be about, because one person has no idea what it's about and the other person doesn't know how it ended, and then also trying to figure out if the tone is consistent, like trying to make sure the movie is a consistent film while each person doesn't know exactly how the movie began or ended.
Someone will say like, does this ever come back into play? Nope, it doesn't. The movie's just bad. Or sometimes it does, and then you say like one thing and you don't think it's going to turn into anything. But then the other person would be like, whoa.
Wait, what?
That's what that means?
They made a pie? That makes all the sense. Right. Although sometimes one person forgets a part of the plot and we're still confused by the end of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's half the fun.
Exactly. Ethan was like, I don't watch a lot of movies. I wish I could watch more movies, but I just don't have the time for it. And I suggested, why don't you just watch half of the movie? Like, then you've got the movie. You figured it out. And then I think that's sort of where we started going off. Like, we should record a podcast where we do just that and try to piece together what the movie's about. And it all started from Ethan being lazy.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, I want to start another podcast. I think, and Mike always has lots of opinions. In the newsroom, he would always say things that were insane. His headphones start talking weird stuff, derail the entire newsroom, and everyone would be like, what are you talking about? Like, Up is a great movie.
For instance, I don't like Up.
Or Forrest Gump.
I don't like Forrest Gump. Ridiculous stuff like that. And Ethan would be like, okay, we need to sit down, we need to discuss why do you hate these things?
We have to get back to work.
Now we have to get back to work immediately.
Yeah.
I think another thing, too, is apparently we both took improv when we were younger.
Yeah, we didn't know that at the time.
We didn't know that at the time, but yeah, that helped us a lot because when you're on a podcast, you really have to keep things up in the air. You have to make sure that everyone's on the same page, make sure that the conversation is running. Cause I listen to a lot of podcasts now where it's just like, yeah, so I watched this movie.
How was it?
It was okay.
Why was it okay?
I mean, it was fun. It was really fun, colorful. I don't know.
I like colors.
We try to get movies that are very different from each other, like back to back, and we also try to get movies, obviously, that we haven't seen before. We want to make sure we go in completely black, like not knowing what's going to happen. I think the other criteria for the movies that we watch are movies that we would never see, and those that end up turning into some of the good ones. Like one of the ones we saw that wound up being a surprise was the Bratz movie. It's a live-action film
based...
That's
not what my mind was going to, but continue.
You can tell yours.
Well, we now own that movie on DVD. So
we now own it on DVD because we loved it so much. And it was really enjoyable. And it's a movie that was on the list for a very long time. We're like, we're never going to get to that. We eventually watched it. And it's like, that is a movie I would never watch willingly. And it wound up being a staple for whenever people come over. We're like, you want to watch the Bratz movie? We got it on DVD.
Yeah, and so many people chomp at the bit. They don't.
That's why I love this podcast. It's a challenge to watch half of a movie, especially the last half, and try to actually come to the table and be like, I know everything about this film to the point where I can make an opinion about it. Because you will jump into a movie and you just accept the movie that's been given to you. And you don't even question how we got there. We don't question who these people were. You just accept it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's shocking how different it is.
I think the biggest problem I have with doing the podcast is probably not being able to watch it with anyone else, because it's hard to rope someone and be like, hey, you want to watch half a movie? No one wants to do that.
It's really hard.
So it's very lonely, and especially if you're watching like a bad movie, you're just like, I just gotta start drinking now.
We're very different, but I think we're both... It works. I think it works. Because if there was two of me, that would be an insane... It would just be me talking over.
It'd be annoying.
It'd be horrible. It'd be so annoying. But if it was just you, it would be very just
You guys would never like let an opinion go.
No.
It'd be like a loop. Like an endless loop.
It would be a horrible podcast to listen to. But yeah, if it was just you, it would be a very short podcast.
Yeah.
It would be like, I enjoyed this film. Yeah, this movie's pretty good. All right, let's get
out
of here.
Okay, I bet it's a little more than that, but yeah.
No. Yeah, that's true. Oh. But you're just more level-headed, I think. Yeah. You like to judge. Like, for instance, I'll point out, oh, this didn't make sense in the movie. And Ethan will always be like, I mean, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense a little bit.
Then you go, I guess so.
I guess so, but it didn't make sense to me. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Kind of got weird just because, like, at first, yeah, it was like, we're living just separate. Now we have, like, an excuse to hang out. But now I see this guy every day. So now it's like, now we have to see each other. It's
now
like,
we have
it's
to.
like,
Oh man, it's like
it's like a forced dinner. It's like, oh.
It really is.
All right, come around the
Did
dinner
you watch
table.
your half today?
Yeah.
No! Get off my back!
Oh, I didn't want to eat my vegetables.
How can people find you?
They can go to theotherhalfpodcast.com,
Mm-hmm.
or you can find us on iTunes,
Stitcher, Google Play Music. You can leave reviews there as well. We're also on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter.
Yes.
I do not remember our addresses there, though.
You can type in The Other Half Podcast, and it'll definitely show up.